Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. There is a slew of fantastic games out there that get their fair share of recognition, but what about the games that arguably don't get the recognition they deserve? These are games that maybe flew under the radar or didn't sell as well as their publishers had hoped. In this video, I made a list of 10 video games that don't get the credit they deserve. Let me know in comments if I missed out on any games that should be included, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video. Dontnod Entertainment did release an excellent sequel to its game Life is Strange, but the studio also had something else cooking that took us by surprise: the game Vampyr. Set just after World War I, the action role-playing game stars a doctor who has just been transformed into a vampire and must decide between keeping his Hippocratic oath and feeding on the living. Its world is filled with unique characters, almost all of whom can be sacrificed to make your character stronger. With supernatural abilities and an atmospheric take on London to explore, it's enthralling despite its relatively low production values.
Hampton! You left me to rot. Kiss me again, sweet brother.
My name is Captain Martin Walker. We're looking for survivors.
We don't get games like Spec Ops the line often. While many military shooters tend to glorify war, Spec Ops offers more of a realistic take and is poignant, to the point of making the player uncomfortable at times. But that's what makes it so special. It dared to tell a story that few other military shooters even come close to, which is why it's a shame it flew under the radar when it launched in 2012. Spec Ops didn't sell as well as publisher 2K had hoped, and is likely why the series has been dormant since this game released. Nonetheless, I highly recommend giving it a playthrough.
Reloading! Enemy down! On your left! More coming over the door!
Insomniac games, like Ratchet & Clank Remake and Spider-Man game, are both classics, but we cannot forget the outstanding Sunset Overdrive that it released near the start of the console generation. Originally an Xbox One exclusive, the game blends goofy third-person action with traversal mechanics similar to the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series, all with an irreverent and goofy sense of humor that includes several references to video games themselves and fourth-wall-breaking moments. It didn't have the name recognition of some of the studio's more recent games, but it's a truly underappreciated gem. From the great minds at Platinum Games, Astral Chain is an action-adventure game set in a near-future city on the verge of invasion from a strange set of creatures. Your character joins a police force called Neuron, with each member being assigned a legion, who acts as your partner in both the detective and combat sections of the game. Risk of Rain 2 is a third-person roguelite with a minimalist art style, although the gameplay is anything but, with bombastic set-pieces and synergies being ever-present in each and every run. It can be a bit overwhelming when you first dive in, but eventually everything comes together to make perfect sense, and by that point you'll be addicted. It even has cooperative play, meaning you and up to 3 friends can join up and play together. The gameplay loop is immensely satisfying, and the level of content to discover and unlock is unprecedented, even for a roguelite game.
This insect, I'm gonna kill you.
Ninja Theory is an underrated development studio, but at least titles like Devil May Cry and Hellblade received significant attention. The same can't be said for their other action-adventure title, Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Its story is loosely based on the Journey to the West novel. You play as a man named Monkey who has to help a woman called Trip to traverse the post-apocalyptic wasteland, once known as New York City. The story has plenty of interesting elements, especially regarding the relationship between the two main characters.
Spotted me, but I'm through. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
This game is a blasty arcade shooter based off the tall tales of a saloon drunkard named Silas Greaves who is more than he seems. His stories are unbelievable and often change in the middle of the telling. Silas might decide the story is better if he was actually outgunned, and the game will correspondingly take most of your ammo away. Sometimes he'll tell a story of what could have happened before telling the real thing. Combine this tongue-in-cheek silliness with some tense high-noon duels, and you have a recipe for a fantastic game.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
Many war video games attempt to tell an anti-war story while also allowing you to kill hundreds of people. Valiant Hearts: The Great War is not one of those games. Set during World War I and starring several different characters, including a nurse, the game shows how the conflict became a matter of survival and self-preservation for many and the heroic lengths some went to save their fellow humans. Its environmental and visual storytelling, as well as a truly heartbreaking climax, make it one of the most emotional games of the generation, and one that far too few people have played. Virginia is a risky game. It's a crime story without any spoken dialogue. Instead, it uses music and editing techniques to reveal its greater mystery. Taking a page from games like 30 Flights of Loving, it packs an intense story into a bite-sized experience that culminates in one hell of a climax. It was perhaps too experimental compared to contemporaries like Firewatch and slipped under the radar with relatively little notice. It's worth checking out, lasting no longer than a movie you might watch on Netflix. This is Dontnod Entertainment's first game, an overly ambitious action title about a memory-manipulating resistance fighter striking back against a massive corporation. It's standard cyberpunk stuff, but Remember Me has a great hook. You can rewrite and explore your enemies' minds. Whether that's finding hidden information by watching memories in real time or trying to rewrite a corporate CEO's mind to make her more empathetic, there are a lot of interesting scenarios. Remember Me is an intelligent game with a cool core concept and more than a little jank. That ambition has served the studio well, leading to similarly interesting games like Life is Strange and Vampyr.